Wee woo, van life.
So I just made a cross-sectional sketch of this side. I've gotten everything from the left of here, including this cabinet, the heater, the door, all the crossbar, the frames, and down there as well. So this is what I got. I'll have a still picture. All my measurements. This view here is this view here. So simple stuff like the door, that cabinet over there, wheel well, diesel intake, and then I have this view, which is this view facing directly towards the cab. Quick look here, like there's the bed, that blue pillow right there, that big cabinet right next to the walkthrough, and then this would be the big walkthrough here, and then this is the small electrical panel cabinet that's still sitting there. I don't have the chair in because that is going to get taken out. And then another cross-sectional view is from sitting on this, oh, let me just get situated, sitting on this side. So you have the bed bottom, the door, that small cabinet, and I also have all the cross beams with their measurements in between. So this is enough to draw the ambulance up on CAD. Here we are in Google SketchUp. I originally wasn't even going to record this, so that's why it's not a fresh start. So from the sketches you saw earlier in the video with all the measurements, I was able to translate it into a CAD drawing. I'm replaying this at 20 times speed for obvious reasons. I'm using Google SketchUp and not anything fancy like AutoCAD or Creo because honestly it's not necessary. It'll save a lot of time doing this as well. The main purpose of the drawing is to visualize how the ambulance would look once it's finished and be able to play around with ideas and move things around like the fridge or the bed or, you know, the shower even. It was my first time using SketchUp, so I wasn't as efficient as I could be. This took me all day from taking measurements to putting it all into CAD, and a few more days playing around with it, with ideas, moving things around, adding things as ideas came to me. I did notice a huge improvement in my ability to develop ideas once I finished the drawing because I was no longer repeating the same things in my head. They were all on the drawing already, so every new idea I got was additive to the drawing. And I'm sure each and every one of you, if you've owned an ambulance or a van, you have your own idea of how it's going to look, and no matter how I articulate and describe, nothing beats the ability to show someone like this is where I want the fridge and this is how it's all gonna work together and this is where the desk is, and yeah. It also gave my girlfriend and I a lot more confidence, showing her that I did have a plan and not just winging it. And yeah, being able to move things around is just a huge plus. Another thing is the ability to plan around studs, like the 2x2 inch aluminium framing. Knowing that this piece of furniture or appliance is going to be secured to this stud is very nice to know. You see here, I'm just like drawing up a toilet, a compost toilet, and I had always visualized that the toilet was going to be facing inside into the ambulance like that, but it was actually my girlfriend had the idea of actually facing it towards the back, and it was actually a better idea. Like, so I'm drawing up the bed frame here. I want to know like what the ambulance would look like with the whole bed in it. A bit of a pain working like in North America where everything is in inches, and obviously I'm from New Zealand. I hate working in inches, it's just such an additional step having to convert everything from inches to centimeters. And here, like the fridge and the bed end up being so close together, but this gives me like a peace of mind that I know that the fridge and the bed are not going to conflict with each other. They're not going to touch. Here I can see that the bed is actually a bit too big for the toilet, so turning the toilet 90 degrees towards the back actually makes it all fit. But obviously the bed's not going to be down when anyone's using the toilet. But yeah, just doing some nice shading, making things look a little nicer. You may notice here I don't actually have any of the aluminium framing in yet. I actually put this in later. So knowing where my appliances are going to go, I can plan what cuts and what sort of framing that I'm going to need. I make a very rough propane cylinder here. Honestly, there's no point in me spending time drawing it how a propane cylinder would actually look. I just need to know like how much area it will take and where it will fit. So I'm looking under the bed here like, hey, how am I going to secure this? So put some legs under it, seeing how much room I have under the bed. Can we do more with that with that room? Maybe have some additional storage there. So you see me building a water tank here. I'm just building one to see like how much fresh water we could actually fit in the area that I originally thought we were going to put fresh water. I was going to custom build one out of polypropylene or some sort of plastic. But after watching a few videos, we decided to buy those big containers that you can find at like Walmart or like Canadian Tire, because the ability to like take one of those out and like fill it at like a faucet or a tap and just bringing it back, because a custom built water tank, like you can't take it into a shop or wherever to fill it up. You have to get a hose or some sort of dedicated outlet to fill up your water tank, which we've learned that like it isn't as accessible. It's actually more useful to have modulated water tanks. So this was a big eye-opener for us. Like, we had always visualized how our kitchen would look in our heads, but being able to actually put the sink in, put the stove in, and seeing like how much space we would actually have in our kitchen was definitely a huge eye-opener. So I found out that Google SketchUp, or at least my ability with Google SketchUp, uh, it does not like curves very much. It translates curves like circles to just polygons basically, and being able to match those points up with straight lines was not fun. I wasted a lot of time trying to match curve points with straight points, and often it ends up being like a complete mess. Um, yeah, this took me a good few hours trying to figure this out, which I wish I didn't spend that much time on. So, because a lot of the rest of the recording is just me playing around, adding stuff, we'll skip straight to the end product. So, after like many revisions, this is what I ended up having. So, you see the sink here, the stove, this is our propane water heater, there's a propane under there, the toilet right here, a little laundry basket that I've added, and the bed fully laid out. I've put these LED puck lights in. Really nice thing about Google SketchUp and like being CAD is being able to like look at things in all sorts of different angles. Played around with the idea of strapping a snowboard up on the cabinet there. I don't think my girlfriend likes it, but I do. Having LED lights right here, so when you're in bed, you have lights right there. So I did put these frames in, and I do plan on adding 2 windows here or converting the existing cutouts to windows. And these are the little water tanks I was talking about. So we can fit 2 really easily, and then 2 smaller ones in front of it. And I haven't actually used this in a while, so yeah. So yeah, the fridge, walk in, and the other side of it, nothing too fancy, but being able to visualize, let me just hide this, being able to visualize like what the shelves are going to look like. So I'm going to put a microwave there, a shelf right across there, and a fold up desk right here. So that way, if we're lucky enough to like have a chair here, we can have like the door open with like a mesh screen, and you can have like a desk with, you know, a view of whatever if you have the door open. Haven't quite sorted out like where we want what sort of storage. I'm not very good at doing that sort of stuff. But you know, we're putting storage up there, maybe plates or whatever, and then a lot of our clothes storage or whatever. You know, nothing's dedicated or set in stone yet. And then this cabinet we're gonna build up from and have some, I don't know what sort of storage there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this and see some inspiration of your own here. It was definitely very helpful for us for like, you know, seeing our vision turning into something was a big step for us.